What's up? What's up, Milwaukee and the world? Welcome to another episode of Milwaukee Treasures right here on Saved and the City TV. Oh my God, get excited, y'all. Look at these amazing little creatures here. Howl the Owl. I'm so excited to be able to talk with Miss Brenda Cortez about all of the amazing things that she's doing right here in our city. But if this is your first time joining us, firstly, welcome to Milwaukee Treasures, to Saved in the City TV, Saved in the City Christian Network. I'm so excited to have a program like this where we can shine light on folks doing the work, not just talking about what should be done, but that are actually doing things to connect people, to help people love more, to help people feel special and supported while they're here on this side of the earth. So that being said, I'm not going to do a lot of talking today. I'm going to toss it to my amazing guest today, Miss Brenda Cortez. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh my goodness. I am oh my good. Oh my good. I'm good. And I'm so excited. You know, I do want to say this on the flip side of the amazing things that I do here at Saved in the City Christian Network. You guys know I'm a marketer and I'm a social media lover. And Brenda and I met on LinkedIn. I'm telling you, like, if you know how to work it, it can work for you. And so that's how we connected. I was looking for another person to shine light on. So let's talk about, why you're here today. Let's talk about Howl the Owl. How did you get started? And for those people that have no idea who Howl is, who Howl is, yeah, let us into the world of Howl the Owl.
Okay, so
yes,
I'll do a quick intro of myself. So pre-Howl.
Yeah, pre-Howl, yes.
So I donated a kidney to another mom 14 years ago.
Yes, oh my goodness.
So that's kind of what started things way back when, although I didn't have any of this in my head back then.
And was this a mom that you that was in your family, or was this just
another mom? Our kids were in school together, didn't really know her that well. So found out she needed a kidney, and I didn't really know anything about being a living kidney donor. So just asked her, what do you need? And it was the blood type, and I'm O negative, so she needed somebody with O blood type. And just, I don't know, went from there. I knew though in my heart at that moment that I would be a match for her just talking about it.
Wow, chills.
That feeling that just came over me, like the Holy Spirit or something. So fast forward though, so that was 14 years ago, and then 6 months after all of that conversation is actually when the transplant took place. So then we fast forward 6 more years.
Wow, that's so interesting.
So in that meantime I had done a little bit of volunteering with the Kidney Foundation and stuff, but nothing with books. And then my daughter wrote her essay to get into college. So at the time of the donation, she was in 5th grade. My son was in 2nd. So she wrote her essay to get into college and wrote about the kidney donation, and it was scary. And I inspired her though, to want to be a better person and help others. So she inspired me with that essay then to write something to help other kids.
Yes.
There wasn't anything for them at the time.
This is what I was reaching for. I know you're like, what is she reaching for? Right. And so my mom is having surgery, a kidney story. This is the book.
Yep, so that was my first book that came out, just telling the story from my daughter's perspective of my donation, just surgery too in general, explaining what is surgery to help kids, and then just, what is a kidney donation. So that's kind of the spark that started everything. Then people had said that would be a great book for kids in the hospital. And I said, actually, it's not really.
Right.
It's meant for kids that this one is meant for the kids of, like the parents,
sure,
grandparents.
Because it's scary for them.
Yep.
Right.
So Freighter Hospital and a couple other transplant centers are actually utilizing this book.
Wow.
So I'm honored for that.
That's amazing.
But I was like, all right, I guess I got to write something that's going to help those kids, though, and be really about them going through it.
Sure.
But I wanted a cute character.
Yeah.
So I came up with the saying first of help others with love.
Right. And so Howl wasn't she just didn't think, oh, that's a cute name. It rhymes with owl. Right.
That was like an afterthought.
That was an afterthought.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So yeah, that spelled out Howl, help others with love.
Yeah.
So the acronym. And that's basically like how he came to life.
I'm just blown away. And I believe this is going to encourage someone else as well, because sometimes, at least, just as human beings, we're always trying to figure out what's our purpose. What are we here for? What are we doing? And just by you just sharing that, there was another mom that was in need. And who knew that path that you took on that day to say, this is what I want to do, was going to lead to something so amazing and so helpful for so many. So I'm saying that to say, sometimes your path to purpose won't look like what you expect, right?
Exactly.
So sometimes it's just about moving in goodness, moving in kindness, and you'll find your purpose on the other side of that. Oh my God, let's talk about Howl the owl sitting here. And so he was birthed.
And he really is like a person. He's like a being that he has his own personality, and he's been traveling the world.
Yeah, you said like India, and he's gone as far as, where is he gone?
Australia, England, he's, Canada. He's been to almost all of the continents.
Right. Wow. And so, and how has he been there? Is that just through you traveling, or is it the books that go there?
Yeah. The books and the plush.
Yeah, okay, yeah exactly. Because people are like, well, did he get a plane ticket? And I just wanted to clarify for the silly folks out there. Okay, and so after book number 1, my mom is having surgery, a kidney story, how the owl was birthed, and then we have Howl Gets a Heart.
Yes.
So let's talk a little bit about book 1.
So I wrote that one. That was the one to help those kids that were going through it themselves. I chose heart for a couple different reasons. I had already, talked about kidney.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
I knew somebody that their nephew had a heart transplant, so she was telling me all about that, and it sounded good, a good title, like How Gets a Heart, and just wanted to help those kids, and hopefully it helps other kids, even if it's not a heart transplant as well. But there will be a different version of that book coming out like in a couple months. Howl loves his new liver.
Oh, yeah.
And that was actually at the request of Phoenix Children's Hospital.
Okay.
And other people too, like, do you have, a book about liver or, the other organs? So,
exactly.
I'm revising that one, and
I love it.
It's a similar story, but it's different, and I was honored I was able to work with some social workers at Freighter here, and then they consulted with some people at Children's here to make sure that what I was putting in there was accurate information.
Yeah, no, that's good to know, as well. And so, again, guys, this is book 1 that we're talking about. We have a whole pile here. And so, we move into book 2, which is Howl Helps Bella. Tell us a little bit about that.
So, it's based on a true story. I met Bella and her family, it would be 3 years ago, at the Transplant Games in Cleveland, Ohio. So there is a whole cool mini Olympics called the Transplant Games that take place in a different state every 2 years. And they have world games that every 2 years in a different country. So those actually just took place in England, which Howl was at with a few different people that were kind enough to bring
I'm touching an international superstar, and I'm geeked about it. I love it.
So this is a little bit of a heavier topic, something that I wanted to write about. I didn't have a storyline. So again, met Bella and her mom and dad at the games. Bella was 5. Unfortunately, 2 months later, Bella's daddy passed away. And so he was a donor.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, that could be my story.
Yeah.
So I wrote it. I didn't know everything that happened with her dad, and so I just kind of went with what I, thought, and then let it sit for a while, and then I let Bella's mom grieve, and then I reached out to her.
Right, yeah.
And said, here's what I came up with, and I can totally change it, but she was honored. Bella was excited.
Yeah.
And we worked together then, and the characters are meant to like kind of look like them a little bit too, based on the pictures, and it's it's a little bit sad, but then we put the happy spin.
Right.
Daddy was like a superhero and saved other people's lives.
No, I absolutely love that. And so again, for those people that are just tuning in, we're talking about Howl the Owl, and this is I guess a vehicle that Miss Brenda Cortez has created to be able to bring more awareness to people about organ donation, about people who are dealing with organ failure or different medical concerns, and this is just a comfortable way. You just feel comfortable even just kind of looking at the pictures. And in the stories, what is really cool is she has morphed the actual human person into these animal animations, which again, it just makes it really comfortable for children to read, or even for adults, because sometimes we need something that's not so harsh.
That the books
honestly,
are helping adults too.
And then she was talking about how the young lady Bella, her daddy passed away, and how amazing to be able to make him a superhero at the end, and not even just make him because he really is helping so many people by being an organ donor. So wow. So maybe before we even get into some of the other books, let's talk a little bit about how important you believe that organ donation is, or being more aware of what that is, and how people can help in that area.
Definitely. So the need is probably greater than a lot of people realize.
Yeah.
And these are approximate numbers, they change every day, but just in the United States alone, approximately like 113,000 people are waiting for a life-saving organ transplant. The biggest need is kidney. Yeah. So that would be approximately like 90,000. Yeah. So to give everyone the visual, and this is what I do, I use this visual when I go to do school presentations. Sure. Kids are very intrigued, usually, like 4th, 5th, 6th grade is a good age for my presentation. I let them know about my living donation, and then what organs can be donated, how great is the need. So Miller Park, the Brewers Stadium, can seat approximately 42,000 people, I think. So picture 3 Brewer Stadiums. Every seat's full. Yeah. Like that's every person in the United States that needs a life-saving 3 Brewer Stadiums. Yeah. And then 2 of them, or even a little more, is just kidney alone.
Wow. That's staggering.
So it's
it's serious business. And again, so thank you for the work that you're doing to continue to bring awareness about those needs. And I think that unfortunately, the reason why maybe there is less organ donation than there should be is because there's fear, right? There's fear about, well, what's going to happen if I need my other kidney, or what's going to happen if this happens. And so let's maybe even talk a little bit, some things that we were talking about off camera. You said that, you donated a kidney, and your other one has grown some, right?
Yeah. I don't know the exact measurements.
Right, we don't know. Yeah.
But the kidney, the remaining one is supposed to grow to compensate for the loss.
Isn't that interesting? Of that one. Yeah, and we don't always think about that. And it was something else.
The liver,
yes.
Yeah, so there's more living liver donation going on, which is pretty cool and amazing. And there's even been a few people that have donated a kidney and also part of their liver.
Wow.
But the liver will regenerate itself within 3 months and grow back to the size it was
I'm telling you, people, and and again, and I understand it because I mean that's always been something, especially in my community, where it's like, no, I need all of my organs. But again, if you can help someone else, and you're a healthy individual, again, each one reach one, and I think it's really about the more we know, and that lessens the fear. So even if you're still not sure about it, at least take the challenge and learn a little bit more about it, even if that's through some of these Howl the Owl books. So let's talk about the next one here, Howl Helps Others.
Yep.
Yes.
So that one, I wanted to kind of just focus more on the kindness and the helping others, like the real message of Howl. So step away from organ donation just a little bit, but still like just briefly touch on it. And so this one we introduce a bunch of different animals, and the characters are all based on people I know.
I love that. And the back, how you can see which animal matches the human being. I love that.
The kids really like
that
too.
Yeah.
So some of the characters are actually little kids that I've met from the Howl Gets a Heart book.
Yeah.
And so I incorporated them as well. And so that one's just some kind of little short stories almost of being kind and helping others, touching on autism just a little bit.
Right, yeah, we talked about
and
that.
bullying as well.
No, I absolutely love it. And so again, like she said, just deviating a little bit from the organ donation, but we actually kind of skipped ahead because book 3, and we were kind of talking about kidneys.
Yeah.
But this is really cool, and I love this part here.
So within the Howl the Owl series is an organ donation series.
Yes.
So it gets confusing.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is actually my 5th book overall, but it's book 3 in that series.
Book 3 in that series, 5th book overall.
Yeah. Confusing.
Right. No. Well, it's because we're learning, and now we're not confused. So, and I thought tell a little bit about the story if you guys can kind of see, and I'll see if I can also add this once I go into editing.
There's another one, and an even better one of
oh yes, there he is.
Hero. So I had basically a contest to help name him just for fun. And so
he's a super kidney.
His official name is Benny the Super Bean.
Yes.
So a kidney bean.
Like a kidney bean.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. And what a great way to get kids involved and just learning their bodies and learning how important it is to beyond just sharing your ice cream cone, another level of sharing and how amazing that can be for other families. And again, at the end, I love how you're able to see what characters go with which human. We got the real Grandpa Bob. These are just really, really fun books.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Brenda. And then one of the last books we have is Howl Goes to the Races, you guys. And so this is a really interesting story. Also a LinkedIn connection. So tell us a little bit about this one.
So Joey Gase is a NASCAR driver for Xfinity and Cup. And so he also has a connection to Donate Life, and his mom had passed away from a brain aneurysm.
Oh, yeah.
When she was 44, he was 18. He had to make the decision of is she going to be an organ donor or not, and he did. And just like myself, he's been passionate about sharing that message and spreading awareness. So we connected via LinkedIn just because of that connection of Donate Life, and I actually met him then for the first time last September in Vegas. I was there for an event with Nevada Donor Network, and then he was there for the race. And so I came with my plush Howl and half of this story in my head. Oh, yeah. And I needed to experience it like firsthand just to get like a better idea, and just wanted to help Joey out and just kind of promote racing as well as like what his mission is. So just tying in organ donation just a little bit, that
right, exactly.
Joey gets invited by Joey invites Howl, said that wrong, to the races for Organ Donation Awareness Day.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that I'm like planting some seeds.
I'm gonna believe that with you. That there will be an organ donation day and where is he out of again?
So he's out of Cedar Rapids,
Yeah,
Iowa.
I mean, I think it's very possible, and I think it would be beneficial to so many people. Brenda, I am amazed by you, honestly. It really, like, this is why I do these Milwaukee Treasure segments, because, again, in the city of Milwaukee, especially if you turn on the news, you don't see the positivity. You know, there's segments and sections here and there, and if you're scrolling down social media, oh my God, that can be even more detrimental at times if you don't have a balance. And so that's what Milwaukee Treasures is about, is an opportunity to shine light on folks that are doing the work, so that you see there are some amazing things going on in our city. There are some amazing people like Brenda Cortez who have a heart for more than just her own family. You know, honestly, this is an international thing, and it came out of you just wanting to help a fellow mother, and I'm just elated. We talked about goosebumps earlier. I got them. And I absolutely love it. And so the other thing is, so if you guys purchase one of these plush Howl the Owls or one of these books, the money goes towards a partial donation.
Partial proceeds go to Donate Life America.
Yes.
So I have my webpage there.
Mm-hmm.
The easiest to get there is just going to howltheowl.com.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can find out more about my story. You can click on each link that will take you to each book page and what it's about. You can order there. The plush guy, you can see what's going on. Howl the Owl is actually a mascot as well.
Oh my goodness.
And so he's been around.
You have like the full, oh good, I would love to see that. I need a photo with Howl the Owl.
I love to come and do school visits.
Oh, wonderful.
And so I have like a couple different presentations. One that's more for the younger kids and focusing on kindness and helping others, organ donation, and then just like literacy, the writing process, and like how it went for me, and just to inspire kids.
No, it's absolutely amazing. Again, you guys, Howl the Owl, help others with love is what it stands for. Be like Howl, be kind, be good. And again, you can learn more about Howl the Owl and his books and his mission at www.howltheowl.com. Say that 3 times fast. And again, Brenda E. Cortez, we appreciate you so much for coming out. Anything else that we want to share with the folks that are watching?
You can follow along on Facebook. He has a Howl the Owl page.
Oh, wonderful, yeah.
And then the little guy who's been traveling the world with hosts that are hosting him, that page is called Howl the Owl on the Prowl.
Oh, goodness, I love it. Oh, and the fact that you're saying that kind of reminds me that you do have now a new theme song.
Yep.
And so you guys stick around, and you'll be able to hear a little of that right after we end today. But again, Brenda, thank you so much for coming out, and thank you all for watching. And as always, if you have someone that is doing amazing things in our city that you'd like for us to shine light on, feel free to email me at savedinthecitymke@gmail.com. Again, that's savedinthecitymke@gmail.com, and I would be happy to chat with them. Again, thank you, Brenda.
Thank you for everything you do.
Oh my God, thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my God, like we're friends now. So, and thank you, Howl. We'll have to have you back on. And again, I love you guys. And until next week, be encouraged. Bye.
Howl the Owl is helping others on the prowl. Howl the Owl is helping others on the prowl. Be like Howl, be kind, be good, rise above and help others. Be like Howl, be kind, be good, rise above and help others with love. Howl the Owl, he's strong, he's good.